Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. This is Brunch Boxing. I'm your host, Matt, and I'm here with the voice of Brunch Boxing, the host of Brunch Boxing, the master of the walk and talk, the master of the sit and spit, the master of the EzRaw breakdown, the John Madden of boxing himself, EzRaw Boxing. What's going on, Ez?
It's a great weekend. One of the best weekends of boxing we've had in a very long time. I mean, stacked from the morning to tomorrow. Like it's great. It's a great weekend boxing.
It is fight day, and it's a lot of fight days. This is fight weekend. And like you said, this is one of the best fight weekends that we've had in a long time. And we are joined by the producer of Brunch Boxing, the master marionette himself, Huey P. What's going on, Huey?
I'm doing good, doing good. Just ready to get this show started, ready to get into a big day of fights.
Hey, listen, we got to start from the top because this is the fight that is capturing the public's imagination. Teofimo Lopez defends his WBO junior welterweight title against Shakur Stevenson in Shakur's debut at 140 pounds. Fight's going to be live on the Zone pay-per-view from Madison Square Garden tonight. Ezra, it's been fight week. It's been a long fight week. We've seen every press conference. We've seen the face-off. We've seen every interviews. What are your thoughts on Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez going into this bout?
You know what I'm thinking about is these kind of fights, these kind of fights. Why it's blowing up, why it's big, it's because people don't know. They have an idea, but they don't truly know what it's going to look like because there's really no excuse in this fight. Two guys in their prime, two guys at the top of their game, and we're actually getting the fight. No extreme buildup, no nothing, just getting the fight. And it seems like people are saying how hungry they were for a matchup like this. So I think that's the anticipation, because people want fights like this, and this is them showing the hunger they have for a fight like this. I am curious though what you think. Who's the bigger star? Who's causing for this fight to be so big? Would you say give the most credit to?
I give the most credit to both fighters. Here's the thing, and I always tell people this. Sometimes it's not the individual fighter. Sometimes it's the matchup. And this matchup has captured the imagination of the boxing public. And not only that, they put the fight in the right place.
Yes.
Notice how this is not at some weird tennis stadium in Flushing, Queens that only does the U.S. Open and is only open for like 8 days a year. No, we put this at the Mecca of sports, Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. And guess what? 22,000 seats sold out. Wow. Is it really that simple? You put two guys in the right place and it sells out. Keep it simple, stupid. I think that it should be a lesson to everyone involved in this event. And it's going to be a treat for boxing fans tonight because, like you said, listen, we don't know what's going to happen. And I got a feeling this fight is not going to go the way people think it's going to go. And we're going to get into that. But before we get into that, let's get into storylines of the week with this bout. You saw the press conferences. You saw the weigh-in. What did you glean? Did you take anything from anything that we saw from fight week?
I think both guys are like confident. I think both guys going into this fight feel like they can win the fight. I don't feel like one guy's in a situation where he has to take this fight, or one guy feels like he's in a situation like where I have no choice, got to make this happen. Both guys feel very confident going into this fight. Teofimo kind of seems the most level-headed. I've seen him going into a fight in a long time. It's not really anything outrageous coming from him. Actually, the whole build-up of this fight, he's been pretty level-headed. It feels like doesn't mean he's not saying stuff that I'm like, what the hell does that mean? But he's just like more under control, I feel like. Shakur, it seems like he's doing everything that people wanted him to do for so long, for him to take chances, because he is one of the most skilled guys in boxing. So when you're that guy, they feel like you can't go up and wait and challenge a guy above you, right? You should be able to go find those fights or take some risks to find the fights you need to take the chances to build your name. So just going into this fight, you can feel the like we talked about the crowd, but just these two fighters feel really confident too. Like it's just everything you want in boxing. As far
Very
as
interesting that you say that though, because when this fight was first announced, I think I told you guys behind the scenes whenever I put this on air, I was told that Teofimo was being forced into taking this fight. He didn't really want this fight.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I was told he really didn't want this fight, and that he's been backed into a corner because Top Rank is like, hey, listen, you keep getting these offers, you keep turning it down, you ain't never gonna be a free agent, my man. Like, what are we doing here? You can't turn down every offer. So he was basically back to the taking this fight. But as we've gotten closer to fight week, you could see the seriousness of the fight with Teofimo, and you could see the confidence in Teofimo. So I wonder if Teo is like, I don't want to call him a babyface because he's never been a babyface. He's definitely a heel, but he's
Yeah,
someone, for those who are familiar with wrestling, he needs to work from under. He needs to be getting beat up on so that he can be the underdog and then he can hulk up and shock the world. And I think that that is Teofimo's mindset going into this bout. And it's going to be very interesting to see how Shakur reacts to someone who can match his athleticism and his boxing ability.
you think that Teal can match his athleticism? Because my issue with Teal in this fight is I think he's really fast from the upper body up. Um, but like his footwork is not fast. I think that he's planted. He's very athletic, very very fast, very twitchy. But if you move up out of that spot, I think that that's the part where he really suffers. And that's why when people say like, oh, he kind of fights the level of his competition, I don't really think that. I think he struggles when guys move around him. I think he struggles when guys force him to get to his spot or force him to put those guys in a spot that he'll be successful. And we know Shakur could do that. So athleticism, as far as upper body, I agree with you. But as far as the legs, which I think are the most key thing in boxing, I think that's a huge advantage for Shakur.
They thought that was a huge advantage for Lomachenko. How'd that
That's
work
fair.
out?
That's fair. I want to say this real quick because I seen Mike asking, what was the message on the cup today? I got to tell you, very disappointed. No message today. Unbelievable. I got to tell you. You know what? I didn't go to my normal Starbucks. That's why this happened. I didn't go to the people that I trust. And this is why this happened. This is unbelievable that they put absolutely nothing on here. Not a good day, not good luck champ, or nothing. Like nothing like, have a great day.
How often do you get a good luck champ?
Probably never champ, but I do get good luck once in a while. And they can tell I need it. Oh man, that's disappointing. That's disappointing. Matt, what does this fight? Well, you know what? The question I wanted to ask you: what's better for boxing? Who wins? What's better for boxing?
I think it's better for boxing if Shakur Stevenson wins
Okay.
because we all know the fight we still want. We want Shakur Stevenson versus Tank Davis.
Okay.
And I think that Shakur Stevenson beating Teofimo Lopez is like him building his B-side, where people are going to say, we have to have this fight. We need to demand this fight. Now, Shakur says, hey, I don't need Tank. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. He says that, but that's not really true, if we're being honest. Because boxing fans need that fight. So you know what, Shakur? You still do need that fight. So I think that him beating Teo is really going to build it to where we're going to start getting to a Floyd Pacquiao level of anticipation for this fight. I truly believe that. So this is bigger for Shakur and better for boxing if Shakur wins.
I think when I asked you like who deserved more credit for this fight being big, I think it's Shakur. I do. I think people forget that Shakur on ESPN was doing 1 million views. He was one of the highest rating guys on ESPN Top Rank, right?
So was Teofimo.
He was up there, but Shakur was the highest. He was number one.
Okay.
Teo might have the top with the Lomachenko fight. That was of course the star part, but matchup wise too, and during COVID. But I think Shakur is a big name. He just needs the right matchups in front of him. This is one of the ones, and I think that going forward, people are going to realize that Shakur is a star, and if you get the right fights for him, he's going to do good numbers. And I think this is his basically his confirmation as a star in boxing.
It's his confirmation as a star if he loses.
No, of course not. You got to keep winning.
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, the whole thing with Shakur, right, is people want to see if someone could break the defensive style that he has. That's a huge selling point of that. Like people want to see, people want to either see him be a defensive master, or they want to see someone break that defense. And if he keeps winning, that keeps building up. That keeps building up. Like who could beat that style? Who could beat that style? And that will build up his star power. If he loses, then that luster is gone.
Well, if he loses, then we know the answer to the question.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it was not. It's like that guy that climbed the building the other day. If he would have fell off, I don't think he's as much of a star.
Yo, you've been obsessed with that.
I'm telling you,
Before we get to boxing, tell me about this, please. Because you mentioned him the other day. I had no clue what you were talking about.
So
what is this about?
let me tell you why I like stuff like this. This guy found a passion that made no money, and he just loved it so much he didn't care, and he just became a master at it, right? And became the best in the world at it. And this passion that had no avenue of real money, right, made him one of the more famous people in the world to the point to where he got a Netflix special where he climbs a building. Do you understand? Do you understand that the man had a passion about something that no one was talking about? And because his passion was so much, right, and he became so great at it, that people then came and flocked to it. There's a life lesson in there. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you just find something and you chase it and you become great at it, you don't need to go to the people. The people will come to you. And that's why I like it so much.
Or is the life lesson is that if you put yourself in big enough danger where we might see someone die live on TV, we're going to watch it?
That's true. That's a fair point. I mean, it's probably 50-50.
I don't think people say, you know what, this guy is so passionate about it that
it doesn't matter though. But it doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter because what I'm saying is that he was so passionate about it that he got on that level.
Okay. All right. Now, we're looking at two guys that are very passionate about the sport of boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Two guys that think that they are the best in the sport of boxing. Who is going to get to that level tonight?
Shakur
And
Stevenson.
do you love my segue? Come on.
I do.
Come on.
It was fantastic. Shakur Stevenson is. I think Shakur Stevenson. I don't think this is a fight where he has to take chances. I don't think he has to prove a point here. I think he just has to win. I don't think he's ever going to let Teo be in a position where he's just set to throw punches. I don't think he's ever going to let Teo be in a position where they could just exchange shots. I think he's constantly going to hit him with straight shots, move out of the way, move distance, and force Teo to have to jump and looping movement to cover ground, and that's not going to work. Now, the thing is with Teo, I think he'll get frustrated, and Teo is going to try to march him down, and he's going to try to get more aggressive, and he's going to probably get more squared, but at that point, I think Shakur will be able to touch him up more. I don't think Teo's the best at being squared style, but I think he'll have to get there at some point tonight. I think this is going to be a really wide decision for Shakur. I think this is going to be Shakur like really showing the gap between him and a lot of other fighters. That's what I expect tonight.
Now, Huey, we haven't heard much from you in the lead up to this fight. How are you leaning when you look at this matchup?
From the moment it got announced, I've always been picking Shakur. I think a lot of the points EzRaw made are a lot of the same things that I thought of. I don't expect to see the same type of Shakur we saw in the Zepeda fight. That's the type of style of fight that Teo does tend to have success in. So I think we are going to see more of the boxing, moving around the ring type of Shakur. I'm not saying it's going to be a boring, he's running away type of fight. He's going to have moments where he engages, but he's going to be really smart about it. He's going to manage the distance and pick his time to be able to land his shots. And also, Teo's going to have moments earlier in the fight where he's more explosive and athletic. And I think that Shakur is going to, mitigate that early and then take more risks late in landing bigger shots. He might be able to hurt Teo late in that fight even. I wouldn't be completely shocked. I'd be shocked if he stopped him. I could see a knockdown, but I wouldn't expect it. Like, I wouldn't put it on my bet slip.
Now, what do you think is best for boxing? Shakur winning or Teo winning?
I think there's bigger fights to be made with Shakur winning. My only issue with that is I don't know how much he's willing to move up in weight to make some of those fights, like the Devin Haney fight. I feel like that would be something that has to happen at a catch weight, and I don't know that Devin's going to drop below 147 again either.
No, he's not. No.
And so it's really a matter of Shakur's willingness to move up, but I think Shakur is going to be the type of guy that wants to challenge himself to see how good he can actually be.
Now, interestingly enough, you talk about big fights for Shakur. First name you mentioned was Devin Haney and not Tank. Why is that?
I think the Devin Haney fight's more realistic, and I think that the outlook on Tank's future in boxing is a little shaky right now. So I'm kind of hesitant to put him in any of these fights that we look forward to.
So, are you, because EzRaw feels this way about Canelo and Benavidez, are you of the belief that Tank never fights Shakur?
I think Tank might get to a point where he needs that fight, so I don't want to say never. But I don't know that it's really likely at this point, just because I don't know how likely it is that Shakur is going to move back down to 35. He might, if he wins this fight and he feels good, why is he going to cut the extra 5 pounds every camp?
Would Tank move up to 140 to fight him?
That's tough to say. If he's in a position where he can't make a big fight, or there's no one willing to pay for the big fight for him, for like a rudimentary fight that he's been having at 135, I could see him doing it, but I don't think it's going to be a choice that he makes willingly.
Okay. Now, if Teofimo wins, what are the people saying? Let's go with tomorrow today. I'll start with you, Ezra.
I think they're calling this guy. I think they're calling him one of the best resumes in boxing if Teofimo wins. I think they're saying that he definitely one of the oddest careers where he definitely does fight to a certain level, right? Depending on his opponent. And I think they're talking about him at, I think he skyrockets people's pound for pound list, like no doubt about that. And I think they're talking about him fighting at 147 next. And I think you're talking about Devin Haney fights. You're talking about Ryan Garcia fights. And you're talking about one of the guy with probably one of the best list of potential opponents in front of him, because that's really what he would have. He would have guys, all the guys at 140. He would have guys at 135 that could move up, and he would have all the guys at 147. Like he would have so many options. So it would, like, star power would be crazy. Pound for pound, he would skyrocket, and his opponents, potential opponents in big fights, would be off the charts. So it would be a great spot for Teofimo Lopez.
Oh, well, for me, without a doubt, the winner of this fight is going to be top 5 pound for pound of my next rankings.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
100%. This is one of those kind of fights. Now with Teofimo, he kind of reminds me of, and this might be a bad comparison, but Robert Ory. You know,
big shot, Rob.
All the talent in the world. Maybe a little, I don't want to say lazy, but he was okay playing his role. But
Very strange comparison. Very strange.
But when the chips are on the line, he steps up.
Okay, all right.
So that's Teo. To me, Teo is a clutch fighter.
Is he more Eli Manning if he wins this fight?
No.
Okay. Because I can see more Eli than Robert Ory.
Eli's an all-time great.
Well, I mean, look at if I'm saying if he wins for Shakur Stevenson, I mean, we have to have a talk about Teo then, right? Because he's going to have a pretty good resume. He's going to have a pretty damn good resume. He's going to be a pound for pound guy. He's going to have stepped up in his biggest fights. He's going to have the best moments in his biggest fights. But there was some, in between years where you're like, well, I don't know how good this guy is. Really, I'll be honest with you. He could just be average, middle of the pack. So that's why I think, like, kind of Eli Manning kind of reminds me of a little bit.
I like the comparison because it is a really top-heavy resume where the rest of it's just kind of average.
Yeah.
And he looked average in some of those other performances.
I don't like where this is going.
I'm just saying. I could see if he pulls off tonight, it would be, winning a Super Bowl again, 2 Super Bowls. You know what I mean? Like that, you would be like, oh wow, this guy stepped up again in his biggest moment.
It would kind of be 3.
3, yeah, the Josh Taylor.
Yeah, I don't like your attitude.
I'm just saying. I don't get the Robert Ory one at all.
Matt, before we go on with the topic too far, I do want to bring in friend of the show, founder of the Corner Stool on Substack. Rold, what do you have to add on the Shakur Teo fight?
I was going back to the idea of what Shakur does after the fight if he wins tonight. If the Tank Davis fight is not there at 135, and we have to consider the possibility that there isn't a Tank Davis fight available until 2028 or even 2029, the way things are going for.
Did we lose him? Rolled. We lost him. That was going to be good.
There's literally nothing in the division that's worth much money outside of a Tank Davis fight. So at that point, you have a much more interesting field to deal with at 140. But he has to win tonight, and that's a different issue. I mean, the elephant in the room with Tank Davis. The elephant in the room with Tank Davis is that he can't quit stepping on his own dick.
What an expression.
Hey, I had that problem too, but
Oh man, what an expression.
Fans
Does anyone think the Muay Thai fight is a big fight?
No,
Okay, I kind of think that fight would gain traction.
I don't give a shit.
I don't agree with that take, but I do kind of agree with Road though that if it's not Tank, 135 is kind of more depleted than it has been in a long time. 140 would be like good action there. I do think there's good action there for him. Matt, what are people saying if tomorrow today if Shakur wins?
You're looking at the best fighter in boxing.
Okay.
You're looking at the heir apparent to Terrence Crawford.
Yep.
You're looking at the new Floyd Mayweather.
That's the one. I think people are going to say this is the next defensive master in boxing.
It depends on how he wins, right?
Yeah, I think he's going to win.
If he hurts them, stuff like that, then maybe people are saying the latter or the former. But if he's, a little more boring, a little more defensive, moving around the ring, more like Money Mayweather was in the latter parts of his career, then that's the comparison, I guess.
Yeah, I think that can I be honest with you guys? Can I be honest with you? And this might sound stupid, but you guys know I don't mind sounding stupid on this show. I think it's better for Shakur if he wins a defensive fight. I think it's better Shakur if he just doesn't get touched in this fight, and Teo just cannot find him all night. I think that adds more to the thing of his defense, more to the legend of his defense, than of him being in like a back and forth fight with Teo.
I agree, because then you're going to be thinking, well, how far can he take this high wire at?
Exactly.
I agree.
The thing with too, like Teo to me like has all the wrong styles to be good with versus Shakur, unless Shakur were to step to him, which I think he could get himself in trouble if he did that, right? Because that's gonna be where Teal's his best spot. But like if you're gonna get Shakur, you got to get him to move back, do like 3 jumps to the ropes, and then you could get to work. And Teo doesn't have the kind of offense to do that. He doesn't throw shots to back a guy up. He doesn't move with his punches as far as like to be balanced after he throws them. So I think that all that's gonna like really stand out.
You don't think Teofimo has like some sort of game plan to like, maybe I'm gonna throw more than usual, maybe I'm gonna do this, maybe I'm gonna do that, nothing like that?
No, I mean like he could have that, but he's just not really good at that, right? Like he's not ever been good at like moving a guy where he wants him. Like he's not been ever. He didn't get to move Sandor where he wanted him. Really, he didn't get to move Jermaine Ortiz where he wanted him. So that's what I'm saying. Like he can't. Who's Benjamin Bratton? Who is Benjamin?
I think he means Benjamin Bratt.
Okay. Because I was like, Benjamin Bratton's pissed me off. I don't know who that is. I was like, that's some kind of C-list actor. Because I definitely don't think I'm a C-list actor.
No, Benjamin Bratt is Law and Order.
Okay. Oh, you know what? That guy.
He was a miscongeniality.
That's all right. That's an all right guy to be. I don't know. I think he's Puerto Rican. He's Puerto Rican, I believe. Benjamin Bratt, but definitely Bratt's not Puerto Rican name though. So is that a name change? Is Bratt a name change? Can someone look that up? Huey, can we look up that? Is Benjamin Bratt a name change? Because there's no way Bratt's a Puerto Rican name.
Let's see. Wikipedia says he is an American actor from San Francisco.
I get that. What is his real name?
Doesn't say it's anything different.
Go to his early life.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have a born name on here. Says that's it.
There's no way it's that. Okay, wait, I'm so sorry. Let me just do my own research real quick.
And if people want to know,
his father's name was Peter Bratt Sr.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Okay. Because I was about to rip him, but all right, that's fine. That's his real name. Father called him Bratt. I'm gonna call him Bratt.
Yeah. If people want to know why we call Ezra phonetic, this is why. He gets so distracted so easily. It's like somebody put a piece of Reynolds wrap in front of him, and he just said, "Hey." And just so we know,
just want to make sure.
Comes from his father, who is English, German, and Austrian.
So his mom is what, Puerto Rican or Cuban?
His mother is from Lima, Peru, of Quechua descent.
Oh wow!
You were close. They both start with P. To bring us back to the topic of the fight here, we do have another guest for the show here right now to discuss the Shakur fight. Matt, I'm sure you're not surprised on this one. Bellini nominated guest, Blunts Boxing. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, guys. Appreciate y'all letting me get a mic real quick. My biggest thing is, as boxing fans, should we not want Shakur to move back down to 135 if he's capable to unify and pick up a lineal title? I mean, does that not like ring as being a like all-time great type of status to do something like that?
I don't give a damn about those belts. I gotta be honest with you. I just care who's holding them. So if he fought, like, say if he stood here and he fought Russell next, like that, to me, that's what a great fight, fantastic. That's a win on the resume that really matters. He goes and wins a bout. I'm not saying that the champs ain't good there, but I don't right now personally. I don't think Abdullah Mason win means as much as a Russell win. In my personal opinion. No, it could change by the end of the year. Abdullah Mason is a fighter that's gaining ground in the sport and has a chance to be a potential star. But I just think the wins matter on the names other than the belts. I really think that we overrate these belts sometimes.
So Ezra, like that's my thing though. Muratalia currently has one of the best wins at 135. And if you look at it, Gary, even though an intriguing fighter, he doesn't have a great win.
Bro.
Even at 140 pounds.
Hold on.
Are we saying Rayo is a great win?
One of the best wins is Andy Cruz.
Are we really calling Rayo a great win?
Then we have a problem.
Well, yes, it's a very good win. Was Andy not ranked top 5 at 135?
Who cares?
No, but I liked it. I like the Cruz
fans
win.
Do, man.
No. I like the Cruz win. I'm not gonna go against you on that. I like the Cruz win. I do think that was a very good win. That was
Andy Cruz was not top 5 at lightweight.
So that was one of the better matchups. That was one of the better matchups.
We talk about Shakur.
And we liked it. There's no way that it's not downplayed now because the guy came up short. Like I think that was a very good win. I think Russell has been establishing himself and looking pretty damn dominant. I do like the Russell win. Also, you have to calculate that Russell's at 140. So anything, Shakur could get to 135. But Shakur going to 140 is a challenge. That's why this fight's even more interesting too, because he's going up to fight. I think he can get to 147 as well because of his skill and still be successful there. So that's why I like the Russell fight. I think the Morishita fight is interesting. I was just saying that too. I think that's a very good win too. I have both of those over Abdullah Mason right now as far as wins that matter, as far as like how I rank the win. But I'm not really like I said, I don't take account really the belts. I kind of think really sometimes we overrate that. I do think we overrate that.
Are you saying that?
I agree. That's my biggest thing.
Are you saying that sometimes people are slaves to the belts?
Yes, they are.
My biggest thing is when we try to equate like Shakur to Floyd, that would be his closest accomplishment to Floyd is to actually have 2 lineal titles in 2 separate weight classes at the same time. I used to say this for Gervonta being a move to actually calculate.
I would like to see Shakur fight and beat Tank. I would like to see Shakur fight and beat Teo. Shakur fight and beat Devin. Shakur fight and beat Gary Antoine Russell. That above any belt that could be on the line is the most important thing.
If Tank,
and again, I just feel like Gary's.
If Tank was stripped tomorrow, but they announced that fight, that's the biggest fight and win for him he could get.
Well, Tank was stripped already.
So Gervonta was stripped.
That's the thing. So Tank is still the biggest and would be the biggest fight and could be the best win between anyone at 140 and 135 right now.
All right, the room's getting a little full, but I do have one more person to bring in. Friend from Twitter and YouTube, A-Side Boxing Truth. What do you got to say on this fight?
Hey man, I want the people to take a pause for the cause about this fight, man. I keep hearing a lot of takes that's lazy, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about this morning. The most laziest take that I keep hearing is that Teofimo shows up in these moments, right? And I think like as boxing fans, we can't have a revisionist history, but you got to be able to look the gift horse in the face and really and think about what we're saying. Against Lomachenko, we don't know why, but Lomachenko was a smaller guy, and for some reason he didn't throw punches for the first 6 rounds. Whether Teo did it, whether he didn't, but when he started throwing, that fight looked a different kind of way. Josh Taylor, previous to the Teofimo Lopez fight, we saw him get dropped by Catterall. A majority of the world thinks that he lost that fight. We saw that he went in there, weight drained. He couldn't, after the 3rd round, he was gassed out, and Teo had an electric performance. That's what it is. So I don't think he fought the best version of Josh Taylor. I also see him have a lot of trouble against guys like Jermaine Ortiz. I've seen this athletic guy in Teofimo Lopez not be able to get away from punches against Steve Claggett, a rough 12-round fight that he had. I've seen him avoid guys like Muratalia and avoid guys like Kenny Sims and certain guys that he picked Claggett over, fighting these guys. I think this fight is a defensive fighter against an athletic guy who's a ticking time bomb, and we don't know what to expect from him. I think that's the allure to this fight. I don't think most people honestly break down this fight and believe that Teofimo Lopez could win. I think I think he could make it a decent fight, but I think T only got a puncher's chance tonight. I think one of those leaping hooks and maybe Shakur is not focused and that could get the fight. But other than that, I think we're going to see a dominant performance by Shakur Stevenson. Teofimo got a lot of scar tissue around those eyes. Shakur is a very accurate puncher. I think he's going to bleed Teo and he might stop him or he might drop him or he maybe might even do the unthinkable tonight. You know what I'm saying?
So
He's been hanging around,
just so we're clear, when someone has a bad night against Teo, there's an excuse and he's not facing the best of them. But when Teo has a bad night, it's because he's not good enough, not that they're not facing the best of him. Let me tell you why.
No.
Hold on. I'll let you go. Let me tell you why Lomachenko struggled against Teo. And this is why I picked Teo going into the fight. Because Lomachenko, up until that point, has never faced anyone that can match him athletically. And anyone that watches tape on Lomachenko knows that Lomachenko is not good at switching between offense and defense. He could do either one and do it immaculate if he's focusing on either one. But when he's getting counted and has to switch in between that, he can't do anything. And that's why Teo beat him. Teo was able to match him athletically with the foot. Every time Lomachenko turned, Teo turned. Every which way. He tried the angle, Teo turned to get another angle. Teo fought a great fight because Teo is a supreme athlete and he's a lot better boxer than people give him credit for. The problem with Teo is that he's not great at leading all the time. He will lead with the one-off jab to the body, just the Floyd Mayweather, put one in the breadbasket. But if he has to throw combinations to lead, he doesn't do that well, which is why he probably struggled against Jermaine Ortiz and Sandor Martin.
Now, I do have a question for Truth.
And Nakatani.
Truth, if Shakur were to have a tough fight tonight, say he gets a W, but he has a tough fight, would that lead you to thinking less of Shakur Stevenson?
If he had a tough fight again, no, I don't. So I'm not saying I didn't say Teofimo wasn't a good fighter. I said
he only got a puncher's chance.
Yeah, tonight. That's how I feel. I think Shakur is that great. I'm not saying Teofimo that bad. I think Shakur is that great. I think this stylistically.
You think Shakur is that great? So if he were to struggle tonight or just have a tough fight tonight, then you couldn't think he was as great as you thought he was.
No, I mean anything can happen in boxing, bro. Anything. I don't think that's gonna happen, but anything can happen in boxing. We will have to see the fight. But again, my pre-fight breakdown is just that. I don't think he's gonna have trouble with him. Now, again, the fight is gonna be the fight. We might see the best version of Teofimo Lopez tonight. But I think it's easy to just say, oh yeah, when he gets to those fights, he rises to the occasion. Bro, we see what Josh Taylor looked like the fight before. Josh Taylor shouldn't even fucking made it to that fight, to be honest. I'm just being real. I mean, I don't think I'm too far past myself. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna see. But I just think Shakur gonna dominate him tonight. I think he's gonna try some things. I think when he got to go to that plan B, whatever his plan B is supposed to be, I think it's gonna get dark for T. I think he's gonna get cut. I think he's gonna bleed, and I think that if he get too crazy, it might happen to him.
We'll see.
We'll see. I really don't see a stoppage like for Shakur winning. I always talk about this. Every time we get close to like a Shakur fight, we always everybody's picking stoppage for some reason. He's not going to deliver a stoppage. Like he's definitely not going up in weight to deliver a stoppage. I think we did similar thing with Devin Haney. It's like Devin Haney's coming up, like he's probably going to stop him. Like he's not going to stop him. Came close actually though. Gets up right.
We did see Devin Haney have more like oomph on his punches, more emphasis on some of his shots.
Yeah,
like he was able to sit down a little more with the added weight.
I think that Devin Haney once in a while will throw something from his hip, and when it lands, anyone throwing really from their hip, if it lands, could be dangerous. I think that's what happened. Devin Haney just really talented. That once in a while he could throw a shot that maybe they'll teach the form like that, but he'll just throw from his hip and it'll land and it'll do some damage. But I don't think that Devin Haney's like powerful.
Hey, Ezra, my apologies. Ezra, my last thing before I let y'all finish, man. I think that something that people not really looking into is that I think people just looking at this from a certain perspective, but I don't think people realize that Shakur got a chip on his shoulder too. I think that Shakur feel disrespected by fans. I think that he feel like he not getting his proper recognition. Like we heard him say in the lead up, I've been waiting for this fight for like 8-9 years. I think this the fight that he most excited about. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think we've seen this version of Shakur going into these fights like this. Like, I think he's ready to perform tonight. I don't think we're going to get that crazy back foot and moving around. I think he's going to step to Teo at times when it's necessary, just like he did with Williams Zepeda. So, I mean, again, I know people got a certain view of Shakur and all that shit, but I think he's coming into this fight for blood. I think he's coming in there. He's going to go for it tonight. That's all I got.
Yeah, we got to see. That's what I'm saying. A lot of we don't really know how it's going to look. You know, we have ideas, but this is kind of fight where both guys are pretty talented. That you kind of got to see them get in the ring to see how it's going to play out.
We'll see. We will see. Let's get to the co-feature. Keyshawn Davis returns. His first fight since his WBO championship victory over Dennis Berinchik. His first fight in about a year. He returns against Jermaine Ortiz. How are we feeling about this bout?
I feel really good for Keyshawn in this bout. I think that Jermaine Ortiz has, to me, a very basic style. He has a style that's kind of like rough around the edges. He doesn't have, it's not finely tuned anywhere. He's athletic, and I think that's gotten to it's gotten to this point. But I think that a guy like Keyshawn, whose offense is very versatile, his offense is very precise. He can hit you from your head to your body, and it did not really give a lot of tells on where he's going. A guy that can pick you apart. I think that Jermaine's going to have a really rough night tonight. I think Keyshawn's going to look very impressive tonight. I'm picking him to get the stoppage, and like I said, we've been talking about the distractions, maybe all the changes to his camp. I'm just gonna bet that I'm betting on we're gonna see the same Keyshawn we've been seeing. If we don't, then we'll talk at that point and talk about how concerned we should be. But I think if we've been seeing what we've been seeing from him, if we're gonna see what we've been seeing from him, you're about to see a very, very impressive performance. He's one of the best offensive fighters in boxing right now.
Now, when you talk about someone who's gonna step to someone today, I think Keyshawn's gonna step to Jermaine Ortiz.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna step to him and step on him.
I think so.
I think this is the ass whooping in the making. That's no slight to Jermaine Ortiz, but I just think that Keyshawn, he is a level of hype and focus that he hasn't been since before he became a champion. I think that Keyshawn was properly embarrassed by what happened in July. I think that he was properly embarrassed by what BNB, that camp, Bomac and them had to say about him after he left the camp. And I think that if ever there was a time for a guy to put on a performance of a lifetime, that's going to be Keyshawn tonight. That's going to be Keyshawn tonight because he needs to resurrect what he started to build. When we saw him in Norfolk, in 2024, we thought we had a new star on our hands. When I saw him personally, in person, at the theater at Madison Square Garden against Dennis Berinchik, and how crazy that crowd was, and it was packed in there to the point where I thought they should have put it in the big room, we thought we had a star right there. And then he came back for his first defense against Edwin De Los Santos, completely missed weight. Fight got canceled. Nahir Albright got jumped backstage allegedly, and it was just all bad. Now,
it's still allegedly?
Yeah, it's still alleged.
Okay.
We ain't see no footage.
Okay.
Not like yesterday.
Not like yesterday, no.
Not like yesterday. We'll get into that.
Nothing alleged yesterday.
Yeah. So I think Keyshawn understands that, hey, this is my chance. And he is going to shine, and he is going to shine brightly. And I think he might steal the show tonight. I truly believe so. He might have the performance of the night. Huey, what's your thoughts on Keyshawn's return?
Not too dissimilar from yours. I think Keyshawn's going to have an amazing performance. We've seen guys like who we have in the main event, Teofimo Lopez, Vasyl Lomachenko, have close competitive fights with Jermaine Ortiz. Some people think Ortiz may have won one or two of those fights, if not both of them. I think he's going to show that he's one of the most talented people in the sport and use that as a measuring stick to allow people to kind of do what you're doing right now, build the hype, build the expectations of what we have for him moving forward in his career.
You know, it's so funny though. we kept talking about, hey, tomorrow today for Shakur Stevenson, big fights ahead, big fights ahead. In a perfect world, tonight would be setting up Shakur versus Keyshawn Davis.
I
But
think Keyshawn will
unfortunately,
take
it's
that
not.
fight. I've been saying it for a few months. I think Keyshawn's ready to take that fight. I don't think Shakur is.
I will say this. I think I've always said that everything is wrestling, and this will be one of the biggest storylines in boxing when that friendship breaks up and the fight is open conversation at that point. I just need one wise remark, one headline that someone said, that he took him in sparring, or I don't need him to vacate the belt. I can take it from him. Just one thing, and he'll set it off. It will happen though, because everything is wrestling, and this is the ultimate payoff. Sometimes you don't have to create the stories. Like as boxing, you don't create the stories. It's not wrestling. You don't write the stories. But everything is wrestling as far as the storylines that wrestling's already done all of them. They know how things are going to play out. That's the best way to tell how things happen in life is to watch a wrestling storyline. This will happen. These guys were not going to be friends their whole career. There will be a point where they say, who's the better guy? Someone's going to answer sideways, and this fight, the trash talk will happen, and this will be one of the biggest fights in boxing.
Yeah.
It was supposed to happen against Edwin. That
It
was
was supposed to happen.
that was going to be what got people talking.
If you would have smoked Edwin, yes.
Tomorrow today, what are we saying if Keyshawn wins?
I think that we're right back on track where we were before. People are saying how big of a star potential he has, how good of a fighter he is, and I think people are talking about like maybe the conversation will be starting of who's better between him and Shakur, right? Maybe Shakur is going to get this big win, but they'll be like, hey, but this guy looked pretty damn dominant too, right? This guy looked pretty damn dominant too. Is he a guy that we should be saying, hey, this guy's maybe a future pound for pound guy? And I think people are going to start talking about that matchup. I think people are start talking about who would win that fight. Okay, they say it won't happen, but who would win that fight?
Tomorrow today, what are we saying if Keyshawn loses?
I think they're going to talk about the distractions, talk about the mentally where he was at, and how one of the biggest fall from graces, from where he was at, the momentum to losing this fight. I think that they'll just talk about the everything, the distractions, everything. He just couldn't handle it. It was too much for him.
So random. Breaking news outside of boxing. Paul George suspended 25 games for violating the NBA anti-drug policy.
Really?
Wow.
So random.
That is random. Very
was
random.
it Austrian?
And you know what? I gotta say, he has been playing well yesterday.
Real quick,
Can't say I'm surprised.
Have they tested his B sample?
That's funny. I don't think they do that in the NBA.
No B sample.
He released a statement taking responsibility. He said it was improper medication for mental health, allegedly.
Okay. Well, then you know what it was.
I don't know what that means. I'll be honest.
Contaminated material, contaminated supplements. That's exactly what that is.
Isn't it crazy how he took responsibility quicker than Janet Beck or Lim Kanuli?
Because he's probably Janet Beck's probably innocent, and we just can't,
Okay. All right. Now, on the rest of this card.
Well, hold on. Before we move on, Keyshawn, Truth did join the show again. Truth, did you have anything to add on the Keyshawn versus Jermaine Ortiz fight?
Yeah, one thing I just wanted to piggyback off Matt about that conversation of in a perfect world, this would make a fight for Keyshawn and Shakur. I think that in a perfect world, it still does. I think that it's some light history there that kind of would lead towards that in the future. And specifically, if we remember, before Keyshawn had his fall from grace, he was calling out Teofimo Lopez. It looked like Top Rank was trying to build that fight. Remember, they had the little audio when they were sitting next to each other. They was going back and forth. They was kind of Keyshawn and Teo at the press conference. And now we see Shakur getting that fight that Keyshawn wanted, right? Then recently, Keyshawn Davis has been calling out Devin Haney, right? And it's kind of looking like all roads to lead to, at least if Shakur win this fight, a possible negotiation with Shakur and Devin Haney. Not to say that the fight will come to fruition or not. But I think that I don't want to say it could be some jealousy there, but I just think that's just an odd little storyline going on to the future. And then the fact that Keyshawn is always fighting on Shakur undercards and things of that nature. So I think there might be a little smoke there too as well. Just
now you're saying you're not saying there's jealousy there, but we know these guys want to be the best. We know that
sure.
These guys want all the credit in the world. So that is something to monitor. That is
And
something to
Hughie, I think your
monitor.
analogy was back. I think your analogy was backwards too, Hughie. You were saying that you don't think Shakur won it. I think in this situation, respectfully, I think Shakur is big bro in this situation. Whatever you take away from that is what it is. But
Wow.
I don't
He
think
don't
that
want to spank him, is what you're saying.
it's. Nah, I ain't saying that. I'm just saying that Hughie said that he don't think that Shakur would want that fight. I think more so it might be a little more so
You
an
saying
opposite
he
way.
don't want
Like
to spank
he,
him. I know what you're saying.
man, nah, you don't that. Put words in my mouth. All right, man. That's it. I appreciate y'all, man.
I need Truth to be saying stuff like that every week. So I just need one of those lines to get to one of them, and one of them respond to it, and then we can set this off. It's like I'm telling you, there's right there. We have you have everything set up for a fire. We just need a little something to start off. Just a little flick. Start that bad boy off. It'll come though. Trust me.
All right, let's move on to the rest of the card. We have Emma Williams, who was supposed to fight Carlos Adames for the WBC Middleweight Championship. Carlos Adames did not make it to the scales with quote-unquote dehydration, a.k.a. he was not going to make weight.
Let's get a big weight.
To try to make it. Now he's going to be fighting Wendy Toussaint. We also have Bruce Shushu Carrington getting his first world title, WBC Featherweight Championship, against Carlos Castro. Do you have any interest in any of the other fights on this card?
Castro versus Shushu is going to be a good fight. I don't know why people are counting out Castro. He's tough. He's in tough with everybody. He's a very, very good fighter. He knows what he's doing in the ring. I think that Shushu, we've seen him struggle against a higher competition. This isn't a foregone conclusion to this fight. I want to see this fight. I want to see how this plays out. And I want to see how Shushu deals with Castro's length and his combinations. I think this is a very good fight. I think it's a fight to pay attention to.
How are we feeling about Carlos Adames right now?
Like I said, I'm tired of the whole middleweight division. I've only heard these guys only talk, they never fight. I'm tired of it. Janibek, I'm already told you, suspend him for 2 years. If
We're not
he's
doing that.
guilty, suspend him for 2 years. Adames, I don't need to hear about anymore. Move up and wait. You weren't gonna make weight. Move up and wait.
So here's the thing. No, real quick. Here's the thing. I've been seeing that sentiment. Oh, middleweight is trying to throw in the whole middleweight division.
I'm not saying throw in the
listen to what I'm saying. There's been one guy in the middleweight division that's been professional, making weight every time, and knocking over whoever they put in front of him. That's Landy Lara. Maybe he is the only true middleweight in the division.
That's fair. That's fair. I think at this point, the way things have played out, I think it's very, very good. You could easily very much say that he's the best middleweight in the world. That's fine. I have no problem with that. That does speak to the division. But yeah, he's the best middleweight in the world in one of the worst divisions we have in boxing, if not the worst division that we have in boxing. No, the worst division we have in boxing, not the one of the worst. The worst division we have in boxing. He is the king of that. I give him that credit. One of these young guys got to go take it from him. I thought, oh, maybe Jesus Ramos could go do something, and he didn't look good in that fight against Shane Mosley Jr. Okay, he didn't look like something I could really buy into. This division is not any good. That's just the truth of it. And I'm tired of hearing guys that were supposed to be the guys, like Adames, like Janibek, and even let me take a shot at one of my other guys. Freaking Hamza Shiraz. Shiraz is right there, and then he struggles, right? And he struggles to make weight. He fights Adames. It doesn't look impressive in that performance. None of these guys have taken the thing and saying, this is my division now. To me, it should be a division you could easily do that. I think one of these guys at 154 need to move up and take that division over. Don't if the 154 for some reason these fights ain't getting made, move up, take that division over.
Okay, they can't though because Lara's there.
That's fine,
and that's what I'm trying to press upon you.
Well, that speaks to the talent level of the fighters, and it doesn't speak to the division.
Speaks to the talent level of Lara.
He's all right.
Anything else on this fight night, Matt?
We're giving this an A+, obviously, right, Ezra?
Yes, it's a very good card.
Okay, all right. Who's going to be fighting tonight?
Performance of the night or fight of the night?
You heard me, right?
You heard him. I'll go with Shushu Castro.
Agreed. Nothing key is going to get performance of the night.
I will go with
actually Shushu might shoot that. Oh man, I don't know. Shushu might have a show out in that one too.
I'll go with Shakur for performance of the night.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's going to be so. I think he's going to be so defensively on top of his game and not getting touched by, Teo, and Teo's going to start getting desperate, and he's going to look really good offensively at that point.
I think fight of the night is going to be the main event, Shakur versus Teo.
Okay. That kind of goes with who you're picking too, though, right?
We'll see. We'll get to that.
Are we I was about to say, do we want to make the picks for this fight now since we're on it?
We'll get to it.
All right.
We'll get to it. Let's talk about.
We have a couple other fights happening tonight. Did we want to get to those?
Yeah, let's get to live from Puerto Rico on Top Rank Classics. Xander Zayas versus Abbas Barao, unification bout for the WBO WBA Junior Middleweight Championships. EzRaw, I'm assuming you've seen no content on this week, correct?
Content as far as like weigh-ins and press conferences and stuff like that? Yeah, no, I haven't seen anything.
All right. What are your thoughts on Xander Zayas going into this bout?
I think Xander, like I said, Xander Zayas is not a guy I've been really high on. I've been impressed with his mentality and the eagerness to fight the top guys, but I've not really bought into him as far as like I think he's a threat to be a top guy in the division. Now, as I study for this fight, though, I seen a little bit more that I liked as far as like Matt, you were always talking about his footwork, his movement. He can move all night. He moves well. He gets himself out of situations. Offensively, I think he's okay. He's when he punches with the movement and comes together, you can see like some stuff in there that he could do that's pretty interesting. I do think Barao is the best fighter he's ever fought. I do think that. I think the Barao is first of all a durable guy. He's a guy that knows what he's doing in the ring. He's very confident in what he does in the ring. He knows his style. He knows what he needs to do to win a fight. And they kind of match up well because Zayas going to want to move, and Barao's going to want to put pressure. Barao's want to come forward. They want to get him against those ropes. I think this is going to be a very, very tough fight. I think this might be the fight of – I'm talking all the fights are going to happen. This might steal the show. This one might be the one to watch. I think it's going to be a very close, competitive fight. But I think that Zayas will bank enough early rounds to walk away with a decision here. But I think that this is going to be a very, very tight fight, maybe even a disputed fight at the end.
Interesting. You know, I got to call you to the carpet here.
Okay. You got to call me to the carpet, you said?
Yeah.
Explain that.
If you've never heard that term, EzRaw, do the knowledge, please.
Okay.
Now, you said that Erislandy Lara is probably the best middleweight in the world.
Yeah.
I've been telling you that.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you have been saying that.
I've been telling you that, right?
Yeah, it was by process of like not making weight and people failing drug tests.
No, of being the best, right?
Okay.
Now I've been telling you about Xander Zayas.
You have been telling about his footwork. You've been telling about his
and now you're telling me, oh, I haven't been impressed, blah, 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 blah. But you love his moxie for trying to take the big, tough challenges.
Yep.
Have you ever thought
yes
that maybe Xander Zayas is willing to take on these challenges because he thinks and knows that he's the best in the division and these guys can't fuck with him?
I mean, I think a lot of guys, it's really hard to be good in boxing if you don't think that you're the best in the world or think you could be one of the best in the world. Kind of takes that mentality. So I wouldn't be surprised he thinks he's the best in the world. I wouldn't doubt that at all. What I'm saying is that I just don't believe in him. I think that's what I'm getting to. It's not that I don't think he believes in himself. I just don't believe.
I love that you're just laughing at yourself. Like,
yeah, because that's pretty funny. But like, I'm just saying, like that's what I'm saying. So it's nothing to do with him.
I don't believe it.
I just don't believe it. Yeah, that's it.
I'm just saying. I think Xander Zayas believes that he is the best in the world. And I think he's going to find a way to show it today. And he's going to continue to show it in the future.
Do you give Barao any chance tonight?
Yes, he has a chance. He has a chance. Do I think he has a great chance? No.
So you don't think this is a competitive fight?
I think Xander Zayas moves too well for him.
Okay.
Right. I think Yoenis Diaz was made to order and has never really been tested like that. I've seen Xander Zayas tested.
So, I said this is his toughest matchup he's ever been in. Do you agree with that? For Xander Zayas?
It's tough to say. I'm gonna say no. I think the Patrick Teixeira fight was his
Oh
toughest
no,
matchup.
no. What? You go either go Garcia or you go Burrell. Okay, don't you can't go Teixeira. Okay, I'm sorry, no, that's not that. You can't say that one
Why not?
because Teixeira, first of all, is living off of the Damas win, and to be honest, like Teixeira's just like a middle of the pack type of guy. He's not greatly skilled. He's kind of awkward. Like, nah, he's not bringing what like Burrell brings. Like, he's not bringing what even Garcia brings like to the ring. And even like to me, Burrell's to me better than Garcia. Now, Garcia is a guy that was durable. He was kind of figuring out his style. He had the win against Conwell, which is the matchup that was kind of favorable to him. But I think Burrell to me is I just think what he can do in the ring, to me, his technique and everything is better than those guys. I think he's durable too. Like if Xander Zayas were to rock Burrell and to drop him, I'd be like, oh crap, that's pretty impressive. That's a pretty impressive feat to do, in my opinion.
Okay, we'll see. This is one of those we'll see kind of things.
Okay.
But I believe in Xander Zayas, and he might be the best guy at junior middleweight.
Okay. I mean, listen, you can't eliminate him. Right? He's unifying a belt today. He's going after doing what all these guys are talking about doing, but no one's doing. He's going and doing it. So I give him full credit. You know what I mean? This is a tough fight today. This is a tough fight.
I will say, in hindsight, I was right in the first place when I was disappointed with Sebastian Fundora for not taking the Zayas fight. I think that was the way to go.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, looking at how Tim Tszyu ended up, the Zayas fight was the fight.
All right. I mean, I think the Tim Tszyu win was a pretty good win for Fundora. I think people like the way he looked in that.
He did.
That's what I'm saying. So I think that fight, I think it's not to say, oh, well, that didn't play out or that didn't do what it was supposed to do. I think it did exactly what it was supposed to do. He looked good in it. He looked dominant in it.
Yeah, but there's still a chess piece on the board now in Xander Zayas. Now, Rohan Polanco was supposed to fight in the main event. He pulled out with quote unquote an illness.
Couldn't make weight.
Who knows? Who knows? Are there any other fights on this card that you're interested in?
No.
All right, let's move on then. Josh Kelly, Bakr Mirzaliev, IBF Junior Middleweight Championship. Bakram has not been seen since October 2024.
His tweets have.
Yeah. What do we expect from Bakram tonight?
You remember when, and you might not remember this, man. I don't know if you've even seen this movie. Do you remember when Batman fought Bane? You remember this, Huey, right? Batman fights Bane. They finally meet up. They're down there in like the underground. He fights him, and he's doing all these tricks. He's trying to stay little. He's using his speed. He uses like some things to blind him and stuff like that. And he's doing all these things, all these tricks. And Bane's just kind of walking through it, smacking him around. He's trying to tell him like, "Oh, that's not going to work here, right? That's all nonsense here." That's what I expect in this fight. I think Morzaev is just going to walk through a lot of nonsense. I think that Khalid, who looks really good hitting the pads, he's like if you put him on TikTok just hitting the pads, it's going to have a lot of views, no doubt about it. If you do a little highlight reel of him versus Cans, it's going to have a lot of views. But what's going to happen here is Bakram is just going to walk through nonsense, and he's going to land shots. Now, it's fair to say, okay, how good is Bakram? Whatever, we could say that. We've seen one good performance from him versus Tszyu. I've watched a couple
Let me guess. We know how good Josh Kelly is.
No, see, this isn't a battle rap where you guess my line. Okay, that's not what's happening here. Okay, now let me tell you right here. What I've seen from Morzaev is a consistent. What I've seen from him fight Tszyu, he's done it consistently in other fights. That's not the thing. Maybe he's not done it at that level. I think what he did in that fight, he's going to be able to do in this fight. I don't think Kelly can outbox him. I don't think Kelly for 12 rounds. I don't think Kelly can move around him for 12 rounds. And I don't think Kelly's defense is good enough to avoid the big shots for 12 rounds. Maybe 3 rounds he looks all right in this fight. By the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round, he's going to be exposed. He's going to be getting big shots landed on him. And I think Bakram's going to get the job done here.
Okay. So your man Cheddar Bob didn't shoot himself in the leg. He didn't have sex with your girlfriend. You don't live in a trailer with your mom.
No, it's not that situation.
Oh, man.
That pissed me off when you interrupted me right now.
Hey,
Matt,
man.
we know why you really want to bring up this card. Your girl's fighting on it.
Elise
Nurtahan.
Nurtahan, the uncrowned women's fighter of the year. She's back, first title defense, and she's looking to cook. It is kind of funny to me how Eddie Hearn just threw away Beatrice Pereira. He went into the fight with Beatrice Pereira as his fighter and left with Nurtahan as his fighter. Signed her right away, right after the fight.
Old Don King method.
Yeah, yeah, that was funny to me. I can't wait to see that. But I am curious to see how Bachram deals with Josh Kelly's movement. Because remember, Tim Tszyu came right at him. So he was right there to be hit. Bachram is going to struggle with the movement. I think Josh Kelly's a live dog in there today.
The thing is, like, Kelly doesn't even move that well, though. Like, as I'm saying, like, it's like Kelly kind of moves like a guy that watched all the YouTube videos. Went to the gym's like, I'm going to try to move. Like, that's honestly, like, I don't think, like, technically he's doing anything great. And I think that when you're not technically doing anything great, you get really tired. You can't do it consistently. He's not this overall gifted fighter that could just break all these rules. He isn't. When he breaks rules, he pays for them. That's been pretty consistent in his career. He just fights lower level guys, so where no one can make him pay for it. But when he breaks rules, he's gonna pay for them today. That's just the truth of it.
Now let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Would you be shocked if we hear and the new?
Yeah, I would. I'd be shocked. I would be shocked. I can tell you that right now. I would be shocked.
Wow.
And I'd be shocked that Josh Bradley won a world title in boxing. I would be like, you know what? Whoever managed his career, hell of a job. Hell of a job managing his career to get this guy to a world title, especially in that division. Like, hell of a job. I got to tell you, hell of a job. Now go sell your title to Boots.
That's funny. One more card today. Francesca Hennessy.
Now coming to the stage, Francesca Hennessy.
Right, that is so disrespectful. That is so disrespectful. She's going up against Ellie Boutel. Do you have any interest in seeing her fight?
I gotta watch it. You were building it up, so yeah, I got. You built it up. You did build up a good job. I gotta watch it. I gotta see what's up with this. You know, the interesting thing, we see MVP signing a lot of female fighters, right?
Women.
Okay, fine.
We don't say female. They're not animals. They're humans.
All right. Is that whoa? Is this something I don't know about? Is this something
apparently so? They're called women, not females.
Or is this something you created?
This is the thing.
This is the thing. Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to lose our female viewers.
Okay, let's get more professional. Let me put this
our women viewers.
Wait, let's get more professional. My bad. Let's get this mic on. Okay, I see the MVP. Wrong side. Okay, I seen MVP signing women fighters. A lot of women fighters. Now, we know the UBOs are coming or whatever. I think that they might do a UBO with women's boxing. I think there's a pretty good chance they do that in that direction. I'm curious with all these women on these other promotions, what happens with that, right? I wonder what's happened with them. I think women's boxing had a lot of momentum. We talked about it last year. I think it fell off a little bit. Hopefully it could gain all that back, right? Hopefully it could gain all that back. And what we need is new talent, new faces. Gabriel Fondor is a strong start. Dubois is a strong start. We're going to see what comes. But I'm going to pay attention to Hennessy here, and we're going to see what she's got. And I'm going to tell you, I'll give you my verdict on what I believe that she actually has.
Okay. Good enough
for everyone listening, those last two cards we mentioned are happening in the UK, so those will be starting shortly after the end of Brunch Boxing.
Yeah. Now, let's get to the biggest card of the weekend. Live from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, the 2026 WWE Royal Rumble.
Can I tell you what they did good this year?
Yeah, what are your thoughts going in?
They didn't make it obvious on who's going to win. I don't even have like a top three where I'm like, oh, it's between these three. Obviously, some of these guys are going to take. I don't know who's going to win this one. I kind of want that in Royal Rumbles. Like, I want to not know who's going to win. That makes it more fun to me. I think there's good story. That's not saying that there isn't storylines going into it, because there's definitely some storylines. They're definitely building towards something. But I just don't know who's going to take it.
Who do
you think's going to win?
Who do I think's going to win?
Yeah.
I think they're going to do a curveball here. and I'm gonna take Finn Balor. And you're gonna say, well, Finn Balor's not even
What?
in the Royal Rumble. He's not even in the Royal Rumble.
Well,
But
we
I
don't
think
know that. They didn't announce everyone.
no. When he said to enter his name, they said, "We're sorry, the Royal Rumble is full. You cannot enter your name." So I think that Finn Balor is obviously gonna hurt someone to get in the Royal Rumble. And when he gets in, don't be surprised if we see the Demon come in, right? Like the Demon might come in and win this Royal Rumble, point at the sign, and then point at CM Punk. I think that I'm going to pick a curveball for a one that we don't know. I'm going to take Finn Balor.
So 22 out of the 30 entrants have been announced. Braun Breaker, if you believe the graphic snafu on SmackDown last night, is going to be the #1 entrant in the Royal Rumble.
Oh, wow. Braun
What
going
was the
all
graphic
30?
snafu for those that missed it?
When the wrestlers came out, the crawl on the bottom said Braun Breaker, #1 entrant.
Oh, wow.
And so they used the graphic for the Rumble on SmackDown by
Yeah,
accident.
too early. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if he went through 30 men, because that kind of reassures me that he's not going to win. Because that, to me, what that's going to be is going to be a marathon where he eliminates a lot of guys and he goes for a long time. Where they do that with like a guy like Kane, or they do it with the Monster and build him up like that. But he comes up short and it doesn't really hurt him. He still leaves standing up like, damn, that guy was dominant. He just came in too early. So that's what I think.
Or it signals the return of Seth Rollins.
Okay, I can see that too. And so if Seth Rollins comes back, though, do you think he would win it, or would Seth Rollins come back, eliminate him, or they just go into a fight on their own and eliminate each other, type of thing? He doesn't really care about the Rumble. He cares about getting it back from Braun.
My pick is Seth Rollins to win the Royal Rumble.
Wow. Hey, listen, you're talking about snafus on ESPN. They did tell Seth Rollins, have a safe trip to Saudi Arabia.
That's funny.
They did tell him that.
They
did tell him that before he left. So that there's giveaways. That's one of the giveaways.
Who do you think is going to win the Women's Royal Rumble, and why is it Liv Morgan?
I hope it's Liv Morgan. She deserves everything in this world.
Oh yeah.
She deserves. Yeah, I hope it's Liv. I hope it's Liv. That'd be great. Let's go with Liv.
Yeah, I'm going with Liv also.
She deserves everything was genuine from Ezra.
Mm-hmm. It was. You can see it was from my heart.
2 other matches on the card. AJ Styles versus Gunther in a career-threatening match. If AJ loses, he will be forced to retire.
Now,
is tonight the last in-ring match of AJ Styles' career?
Yeah, I can't see it ending like this, but man, that would make a lot of sense for Gunther to end it, because he ended Goldberg, he ended Cena. If he ends this, that's pretty funny, right? Like that's a good thing. He's just ending people's careers in wrestling, all your legends. But I don't think they're going to do that to him today. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know that Gunther's not getting the win today. I don't think they do that to AJ like that.
Yeah, I think this is the last we've seen of AJ Styles.
Really?
Yeah.
Gunther's
going to get the win.
I mean, for one thing they did, where they definitely be giving him fights like it's his farewell. I mean, he got the Shinsuke fight. He's got matches that will be like, this is like your last one, right? So that would make sense, but I can't see it ending here.
Yeah, absolutely. Last fight, Drew McIntyre defends his WWE Championship against Sami Zayn.
Yeah, Drew's gonna win that.
I hope so.
Sami Zayn only gets title shots when there's already a storyline for WrestleMania, and you know that he's not going to enter it. He's the only time he gets title shots is when you know he has absolutely no chance of winning it. That's pretty funny. But yeah, it does. Drew's going to win that fight.
Listen, Sami Zayn, stop trying to make fetch happen.
Yeah. You know what? You know, it'd be a good career move for him. There's a lot of guys where it's just a good career move to shave your head. Shave your head. Like, very good career move for him to shave his head. I always thought Samoa Joe, I couldn't buy into him because he had a stupid haircut. It didn't look good for him. Then he shaved his head, and I was like, I'm all into this guy. This guy's great. This guy looks menacing. Sami Zayn, you got to shave your head. That hair is just, I'm sorry. Doesn't work.
Wow. I thought you were Mexican. I did not know that you were black.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Pot meat kettle. Shave your head, you fucking bum.
I don't know. I don't get this reference.
I know you don't. I know you don't.
I don't get this reference at all.
You're telling people that they need to shave their head. You need to shave your head.
Oh, he said pot meat kettle.
That's
I want people to know this because I've seen this in the comments. I'm not going bald. I just have a big forehead. I want that to be clear. I'm not mad. I just have a big forehead.
Hey, they think this is a show with two bald guys.
No. Look at that hairline. That's a strong hairline. It hasn't moved in years. It just starts way farther to the back of my forehead than I would like.
All right, man. Let's get to your breakdowns and your picks of the day.
Okay, so where do you want me to start off?
Hey, this is your show.
So we went through most of the cards here. Give us your grades for them. If you want, I can go through what we got. Let's start with the Rumble. What's your grade on the Rumble?
The Rumble's great because it's the Royal Rumble, so I'm never going to disrespect it. But I'm gonna give it an A-. It's not an A+ because, like I said, the matches around it aren't that great, but it's an A-. It's the Royal Rumble.
All right, and then we already went over the Lopez-Shakur card. You guys both said it was an A+ here going into the night.
And by the way, the Royal Rumble is an A+.
I love the Royal Rumble. I don't want to disrespect it. It's
the Royal Rumble is always an A+, my friend.
It's the greatest match ever created. There's just no doubt about it.
Hey, salute to your boy, Pat Patterson.
Hey, wait, first of all, slow down. Okay, slow down. Okay. All right, keep it rolling.
Do you have a grade for the Zayas Barao card?
I love that.
The only other fighter of note that I can think that's on that is Juanma's son.
Yeah, I listen. I love that fight. It's a free fight. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think I'm gonna judge a pay-per-view, whatever, a little separate, differently. I'm gonna give it an A. I love that fight. It's unification. Barao's coming off his best win. Zayas is one of the guys at 154 actually making stuff happen. That's a fight to me. I really we have an idea, but like I said, you got to see that one play out.
Did Rohan Polanco getting pulled from the card do anything for
nothing? He did nothing.
No, who gives a shit?
He did nothing to it. Okay, next one.
Murtazali of Kelly. You kind of give your thoughts on this fight, so I'm expecting a lower grade here from you.
Yeah, it's a C. You know what I mean? It's not whatever. But like I said, no, even below that, honestly, it's a C-. It's a C-, close to a D. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a great card. That fight is just. I don't know why Morzayev hasn't been in fighting. I don't get they feel like they were holding out for a big fight, and then they end up with Kelly. So I don't know what the hell they were doing with his career this whole time. How much money could he have? Here's the thing: is he holds off. Let's just even say he's getting paid decent for this. How much money did he not make in those 2 years? How long did he not fight for? Was it a year and a half, 2 years?
Yeah, about a year and a half.
Okay, how much money did he not make fighting in that year and a half? Really ridiculous. Some of the times these guys overthink themselves, overvalue themselves, and end up costing themselves money. Should have been fighting. If you were, bro, you could have fought anyone, honestly. A voluntary, a mandatory, whatever. Fight someone, get some money. All right, that one. Go ahead.
I think I found the through line in Ezra's bad grades. Anytime Bakram's on a card.
You know what? And as I was talking about it, D+. It's not a good card. It's not a good card.
All right, and what do you got for the people across the cards for their bet slips today?
Okay, bet slips. Let's go here, baby. 5-leg parlay. Bakram money line. Will the fight go the distance? Cameron versus Castro. Yes. Will Keyshawn? Take Keyshawn by stoppage. Will the fight go the distance? Zayas versus Barao. Yes. And Shakur Stevenson by points. All that 5 legs. Bakram. Bakram money line. Will the fight go the distance? Bruce Cameron Castro. Yes. Keyshawn by stoppage. Will the fight go the distance? Xander Zayas versus Barao. Yes. And Shakur Stevenson by points is plus 827. Plus $827.
Do me a favor. Can you read the slip again without stuttering so we can understand what you're telling us to bet?
I felt like it was clear to both times, but okay. Bakram Mortazayev by money line. Will the fight go the distance? Bruce Carrington versus Carlos Castro. Yes. Keyshawn Davis by stoppage. Will the fight go the distance? Zayas versus Barao. Yes. Shakur Stevenson by points plus 827.
Okay.
I'm not messing around this year. I'm putting people in new houses this year. You know what? The president won't, but I will. Do you get what I'm saying? They won't do it. Your local senator, he won't do it, but I will. I work for the common man. That's the thing people don't realize. Is they think I do this boxing stuff for boxing. It's not for boxing. It's always means so much more. I do this for the common man.
The funny thing about that is the common man works for Ezra.
Isn't that full circle, Huey? And I will say this: no one works for me. We work together. That's a team.
Oh, cut the crap.
I believe that 100%. I believe that 100%. No one works for me. It's a team effort. We work together to accomplish a mission.
Matt,
All
what
right,
do you got for the people? Win them some money this week.
I have a parlay, a very simple parlay. Well, it's 11 legs. It's not simple.
Matt,
But-
what are we doing here?
But
What
here's
are
the
we
thing.
doing
Here's
here?
the
Did
thing.
you go to the, hold up, you went to King P School of Betting this year?
It's a centipede.
No, because here's the thing. It's only going to be plus 350.
Dog.
What the hell? 11 leg 350?
This is what I call my rock chalk Jayhawk parlay.
Oh man, I'm so glad.
This is the safety bet where the harness doesn't release.
I'm so glad. I am so glad that title didn't go where I think it was going. I'm telling you now. I'm glad it wasn't a rap battle where I had to finish that line. Okay, go ahead.
Dina Thorsland, minus 2,400 money line. Greatest Kraus, minus 2,400 money line. Francesca Hennessy, minus 450 money line. Bakram Mutzaliev, minus 320 money line. Giovanni, as Ezra calls him, Santillion, minus 4,500 money line. Jarrell Miller, minus 600 money line. Juan Ma Lopez de Jesus, aka Juanmita Lopez, minus 8,000 money line. Bruce Shushu Carrington, minus 1,000 money line. Keyshawn Davis, minus 550 money line. Xander Zayas, minus 440 money line. And Shakur Stevenson, minus 290 money line.
So as we before we get into the picks and what you have there, is that your official pick for the fight, Matt?
That is my official pick. Shakur Stevenson by decision.
I will take Shakur Stevenson by decision.
All right, and then we need to do more than the main event here for these picks this week. So Davis and Ortiz, what do we got?
I will take Davis by stoppage.
Matt,
I
will also take Davis by stoppage.
I want him going first. I don't want.
We're gonna alternate. We're gonna alternate. So I'm getting the Davis stoppage in both of yours.
This guy's
Matt,
a weasel.
Shushu versus Castro.
I'm going to take Shushu by decision.
I will also take Shushu by decision.
Yeah, he's playing up your bet. That was good work. And then Zayas and Barao, Matt, you're taking Zayas.
No, hold on. He goes first.
I will take Zayas by decision.
I will also take Zayas by decision.
And Bakram, Matt, Bakram Kelly.
I love this one.
What
did he say?
I didn't hear him.
I will take.
I love this one. And make sure my mic's working.
I will take Bakram
by
how? Decision or stoppage?
You know what? I'm going to go with Bakram by decision.
Ooh, I love it. I'll take him by stoppage. Mark it down, Huey.
I changed my mind. I'm going.
No,
Bakram.
You can't change it. It's on wax. You won first. You can't change it. You can't change it.
Yeah, that's it. I should have you start sending me your picks for these fights.
What about Jarrell Miller versus Kingsley Ibe?
I didn't know if we wanted to pick it. I have it on the sheet here.
I need the meat. All
right, Matt, you want to pick this fight? You're going first.
I'm taking Jarrell Miller by stoppage.
Me too.
You bitch.
What's the score right now, Huey? Because I know I kicked Matt's ass last week.
Yeah, what is the score in the Rosebud ice cream picks competition?
My bad. I have to do the calculations on that here actually, so make some updating. But I will get updated scores for us after this week's events since we
But we
have
do,
so many.
but we are sure that I'm winning so far, correct?
You're up by I believe 2 points the last time I did it.
Okay.
Not enough. Not enough.
Okay.
You have enough of a lead.
Okay.
Okay, so Matt, you were Miller by stoppage, and EzRaw was what
Miller
was
by
it?
stoppage.
Okay, you both have that. All right, just wanted to make sure I got it. My
Okay. And what about Francesca Hennessy, Ezra?
Never seen a fight. I'm not going to be picking that one.
All right. All right. All right. Bitch.
Make sure this mic's working.
Yeah. Make sure your mic is working.
all right, Matt. What else we got?
All right. Let's go around the world in boxing.
Around the world, around the world.
Around the world in 80 motherfucking days. All right. Devin Haney's team, because he wasn't involved, jumped Tiger Johnson and put an absolute beating on him. Bloodied his eyeball, bloodied his face. What were your thoughts on what you saw yesterday?
I was going to ask you, do you know why this started?
According to sources that were on the ground,
yes.
Shout out to Chicana Boxing, Lily, great reporter. She says that Tiger Johnson was arguing with Sean Haney, the 17-year-old brother. Sean Haney was talking shit. Tiger Johnson said, yo, bro, I'll slap the shit out of you. And
you know what? And he's in the right there. Tiger Johnson's in the right there. Because I tell you right now, 17-year-old is not young enough to open your mouth to me and talk that trash. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you right now. Like, I would fight a 17-year-old, 100%.
Let me ask you a question. What is the lowest age
that I would fight?
You would fight, yes.
16. 16. So once you get that sweet 16, I would fight you for sure. Like, I'm just telling you right now.
What's the lowest age that you could actually take in a fight?
What do you mean? Oh, so you're saying? Oh no, I would. I don't think there's a 16-year-old on the planet that could beat me.
Is there a 13-year-old on the planet that could beat you?
No, not 13-year-old. There's maybe, you know what? Let's say 16 is maybe it's a little sketchy. There's not a 14-year-old, 13-year-old on the planet that could beat me.
What about 15?
15's a little shakier. A little shakier.
Ezra, could you imagine a 15-year-old whooping your ass?
I couldn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, I try to think about it, but like 16, I could see someone, 16. So some guys, they sprout at 16. You know what I mean? They
all right.
Ezra, what percent of a round do you think you can... Okay.
15-year-old high school wrestler.
No, a 15-year-old high school wrestler? It'd be tough, but I would pull it out.
Pause.
Be tough.
Oh, man.
You understand, like, people don't realize, right? Like, the man strength is for real, right? Like, I'm telling you right now, if I hit someone on top of their head, a 15-year-old, he's going to question every decision he made in his life. And it might be life-changing for him. You know what I mean? Like, it might dictate the thoughts and dreams of his life might go a different direction at that point. I'll tell you that right now. If I touch a 15-year-old on top of their head, I don't care. I would.
You're going to end up like Cat Williams against that teenager.
You know what was funny about that video with Cat Williams is that when it was done, it didn't look like it was somewhere unfamiliar for Cat Williams. It kind of just like he got up and sat up like it's just another day. Like, got into another one. You know what I mean? And to me, that was the stunning part about it.
I want to bring this comment up from Sibby. He says he's got 17-year-old boxers in his gym right now that would stop both of you, but Ezra's cool, so he wouldn't let it happen.
I'm 17-year-old, like I said, 17-year-old I already said was shaky, right? I already said was shaky. But I'll tell you right now, if I land a shot on one of them, and I won't feel bad. When they're lying unconscious with their arms stiff in the air.
I have a comment from the Benavidez boxing camp.
Okay.
Anthony Benavidez will stop you, and he's 6.
How old is he?
6 years old.
6?
Yeah.
I hate to say what I do to him. I hate to say what I would do to him. I would hate to say I do to him.
Hey, we would like to have David back on the show one day.
I do too. But also my manhood. You know what I mean? It's like I got family watching the show. What am I supposed to do? Bow down to a 6-year-old? No, I'm sorry. It's not gonna happen.
Oh man. Okay. If you're Tiger Johnson,
yes.
What we doing here?
I mean, listen to me, Tiger Johnson. I get that people are posting the picture with his eye all red and everything. To me, he's the winner of that. I got to be honest with you. Like he's the winner of that thing. He listen. They were talking crazy, and he went and said, "Okay, let's throw hands." I mean, you got a bunch of guys throwing hands. What can you do, right? He got to go in that crowd, just throw hands. That's what he did. I mean, you can't aim at one specific person. He was just throwing whoever was in that crowd. He fought a crowd of people. Okay, and did he get the worst end of it? Yeah, of course he got jumped. So yes, I think he don't do anything. He won. To me, I'm like, hey, I stood up to 20 guys last night. That's all right. That's a win.
If you're Tiger Johnson, are you seeking revenge today?
No. Listen, I'm up on them. It took all that whole crowd to take me. I left with a bruised eye. Okay, that's fine. Right, but I'm up on them. These cowards had to fight me. Like there's no revenge or anything. To me, I'm raising my hands up. To me, the only people that are like, oh, look at his eye and all that. It's like, well, what do you mean? He got jumped, of course. Like, of course you look at his eye. It should be way worse. It should be way worse.
If I'm Tiger Johnson, I'm punching the 70-year-old in the back of the head, and I'm gonna keep it moving.
He's in the right though, right? I don't care how old. So that 17-year-old, you can't be spouting off like that. I mean, someone should have stopped that kid and said, like, "Hey, you can't be talking like this."
I don't care if the kid was 10. I'm punching him in the back of the head. You gotta listen. You want to act like a man? I'm gonna treat you like a man.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes, man. A kid should stay in the kid's place, and he was not staying in the kid's place, so he got to get put down.
Bro, he fought.
And listen, word on the street is that the wheels were up in Cleveland, and they got some heavy hitters coming to landing in New York.
What's that right?
Just letting you know. Just letting you know. Just letting you know.
Watch the crowd tonight in the fight. Then watch the crowd.
Just letting you know what I heard. So that one security guard that's always roughing people up.
Not gonna happen.
Better have his head on a swivel.
Oh man.
Better have his head on a swivel.
Does this build up a Tiger Johnson versus Haney fight?
It's built. It's built.
All right.
Hey, listen. Huey says no, but look at it this way. We were struggling to find opponents for Devin Haney now.
That's what I'm saying.
We got one now.
I think you got one.
Okay. We got one now.
All right. I don't know that they want that to be the opponent for them next.
Well, I'll say this. If you really want to build it up, something happens tonight. Something happens tonight. Right? Yep.
Why do we want to see Jamal Charlo versus Caleb Plant?
Yep.
Same thing.
Yep.
They jumped you. They were both considered the top of their division at one point, and in the similar range, like at 160, 168.
Yeah.
Like no one regards Tiger Johnson in the same class as Devin Haney.
Huey, cut the crap. We want to see it because Charlo got the shit slapped out of him on camera.
I don't care.
And he needed to get his get back.
Yeah,
like, you could dress it up however you want.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Yeah, because I didn't even care. I didn't even consider Charlo really even that great of a fighter at that point. I thought he was way past it. Right now, I think
at one point I wasn't at that point. No, not at
exactly.
all. He'd been out of the ring for like 8 months.
Yeah, and then Caleb Plant, I think he's past it. I still want to see it, all because of that slap.
That's true. It's more of the slap than actually them being good fighters at this point. But it's a fight that we'd been wanting to see since prior to the slap.
Now, Matt, I had a question for you. There was 2 confrontations.
Well, it looked like the initial roughing up, and then after that, they cornered him and stomped him out.
Just say that. First of all, I don't think that they stomp him out. I mean, come on.
No.
Did you see the video?
You can't really see what's happening. You can't really see what's happening.
You got it. No, you got to see the wide shot. You can literally see boots to face. And then one of the guys moved another guy out the way so he could stomp him again.
Goodness gracious.
They literally stomped him out.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, then maybe, maybe he's got to get his get back then. Okay, I didn't see that.
Oh, bro, they stomped him out.
Okay, and then, he's got it. He's good then. So, then I think tonight's going to be interesting then. If I didn't know that was the case. Oh, yeah. I think tonight might be interesting.
Yeah, they stomped him out. That was crazy.
Do we have anything for news and notes left, or are we going to quick hits?
So here's the thing, right? Oscar De La Hoya, clap back Thursday. He went in on Zuffa, Dana, Turkey, Ring. He says that the Ring brand is now fake news, and all the Ring correspondents were just kissing up to Zuffa and on their knees for Zuffa. And he specifically mentioned Max Kellerman. What are your thoughts on Oscar De La Hoya's latest clapback Thursday?
I have a lot of thoughts. I want to say he's right about Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman is laying it on thick during these Zuffa cards. I mean, it is. I mean, it's crazy. Even to the point where Ariel Helwani had to bring it up. Was like, what's going on here? It's too much. It's really, really too much. We know what the Ring is. We know what that like as far as like a news outlet. Come on, I mean, no one's dumb. But who's the one that sold a Ring to Turkey? I mean, I understand. Was it not De La Hoya who made that profit and made that decision?
Hold on. So just because he sold it to him, that means that he knew what Turkey was going to do with the brand?
Come on. What are we doing here? Come on. Everyone knew what that was. Me and you did a whole show on what that meant. Me and you did a whole show on it.
Exactly. Just because we knew don't mean that Oscar knew.
Of course he knew. He was just in with them. They were paying for fights at that point. They were paying for a Latino night in Saudi. They were paying for it at that point. So, okay, yeah, you know what it was. It's not to the benefit of you anymore, right? That's the truth. Really what this is, and let me tell you what this is. It's Golden Boy in a really, really tough spot. That's really what this is.
Yeah, but did Oscar anticipate them turning on him?
Of course not. That we want to do the.
Okay, so you can't say that he knew what was going to happen going into it.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, right? When people have vicious pit bulls, right, and they say, "Well, he loves me," right, but he's dangerous to everybody else, but he loves me, and then that pit bull turns on them. Those people didn't anticipate that, but they knew what the pit bull was capable of. That's what happened. It reminds
me of? I don't know if you saw this, but recently there was a tourist in China who, for some reason, decided to pick up a snow leopard to take a selfie with it, and the snow leopard mauled her face.
Okay. Now I don't know.
And they're upset at the snow leopard.
Huh?
They're upset at the snow leopard.
Yeah, he should be upset at the snow leopard. That he knew what Turkey and them were doing. He was good with it when they were paying for his fights. He was saying all those things on all these shows were like, oh, Turkey's gonna pay for this fight, we're gonna pay for this fight, we're gonna get whatever. All these things, they were doing that. You're not on the inside anymore with it. And I'm telling you right now, I don't want to get a whole talk of like where boxing is or anything like that. But he's not in a great spot. De La Hoya's not in a great spot. Golden Boy's not in a great spot. And the fact that he's going at Turkey sounds like he's in a really, really bad spot because Turkey then basically run DAZN. They basically run that whole network there. They basically run everything that's getting on there, and they pretty much put most of the money for all those guys to have their fights. So that's a really bad sign for business and where it's going forward. So that's what I think. That's what I take from it.
I do think one thing, you're right about all of it. Like I think Oscar knew what the kind of the direction was for Ring. I think you're right on that. But I also think that Oscar kind of regretted it from the beginning. Like I really do. Like we talked about it. You mentioned we did a show about it. And on that show, when we said like we were watching, like they were doing the Ring event on YouTube and all of that kind of stuff. And when Oscar was being asked about it, like I remember saying like the way he's talking and the way he looks like he realizes he made a mistake.
I mean, look, the only reason he would realize he made a mistake is because he wasn't getting the amount of money that he thought he was going to get. That's just the truth of it. Like, I'm not going to put these guys are in this for the money. They are in this to make money on the thing. If Turkey was handing out free money, all these dudes were there to take it. That's just the truth of it. They were going to take free money. They didn't have to really even promote a fight. They just had to take the money and throw the fight. That's what they were doing. Okay. Now he needs a TV deal. Now the money isn't coming around for him and his fighters. And now he's has a problem with what's going on. That's just the truth of it. That is what it is. We just got to call it what it is.
Honestly, I think Oscar got set up, and he's now starting to realize it, and it's reminding him of what happened with Golden Boy, Heyman, and Schaefer.
Well, was he set up then?
Depending on whose story you listen to.
A judge said no.
Okay, so wait.
A judge said no. I didn't like that. I didn't like that question, Ezra.
What are we doing?
I gotta tell you,
I didn't
like that question, Ezra.
I just want to know what we're doing, right? I want to know what we're doing. Listen, they took a chance. He did the thing. He had to end up taking the backseat to the other guys. The one thing is listen, like I said, I'm not going to blame you when the pit bull attacks you. I'm not going to. I'm sorry, give you an excuse, or they didn't see that coming. Oh, you knew what that thing was capable of. Just don't like that it bit you. It's okay if it bites someone else. It's
Can we
okay
use
if
the
it's
snow
vicious.
leopard instead of the pit bull, since the snow leopard most recently attacked someone?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
quit putting the bad pub on pit bulls.
I
man.
like pit bulls. Pit bulls are one of the best dogs you get, but when they're not trained and they're vicious, they're really damn vicious. I mean, that's just the truth of it. I love pit bulls. My family has one. He's one of the best dogs I ever had. Most of my life, I grew up with pit bulls. I love them. But like I said, if you're not a responsible dog owner, it's a really bad one to be irresponsible with. Just like, hey, if you're not a responsible gun owner, it's really irresponsible to be unresponsible with the AK-47. Really, I'd rather it be a handgun, honestly. That's basically what I'm saying. This guy is he knew what this was capable of. He knew what the way this was going, what direction this was going, and it just not going his direction anymore. That's it. That's all that's happening here.
Okay. All right. Deontay Wilder. He's in New York for a press conference with Derek Chisora on Monday. The fight has been officially announced as first reported by Brunch Boxing. Now that the fight is official for April 4th in London, you said that you think Chisora is going to win, Ezra. Do you still feel that way?
I do still feel that way. I don't think Wilder has it anymore.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Is there anything that can happen between today and April 4th that would change your mind?
No. What the hell could happen? A training clip? Like, no. I've seen all the training clips. No.
Okay.
Nothing can happen from then and there. Chisora, to me, like I said, I think he's past it too, but I think he's got a little bit more in the tank, and he could still do what his game is. Wilder just seems like he's like floating in the air. He just doesn't have the timing down anymore. The problem is a lot of times, like, people don't realize, it's like your brain's not connecting with your hands anymore, not connecting with your movement. So when you're hitting the pads, like, you could be lied to by hitting the pads because the guy's doing half the work. So maybe the pad's coming a little bit closer than what you were usually catching it at, but you can't really notice. Sparring, if you're fighting lesser fighters, maybe you can't really notice. But when you get in there and you're like, oh, I see the shot, but my punch is like a second slow, that throws off your whole game. And then he's got to figure that out on the fly. And that's why the power's not there. That's why the shots aren't landing where he needs to. And that's what I'm saying. I just think that Chisora's just going to force a fight on him. That he's not going to be able to keep up with the pace. He's going to get tired, and he's not going to find the shot that he wants because it might be there for him. I agree. The shot might be there for him, but he just might not be reacting the way when he sees it that his body's actually moving to punch.
What if you see a clip of Chisora training on the beach?
I'd be really worried. But I already admit that both are past it. So like I'm saying, I've seen Wilder train on the beach. I have videos of Wilder training on the beach. Okay. I've seen it already.
Okay. So since you're not going to change your mind,
yes,
and I'm not going to change my mind, Huey, can you put it on the spreadsheet? Put it on wax right now.
Beautiful. Okay.
Do we both agree to put it on wax right now, Ezra?
I agree.
I already wrote these down when you guys made your pick on the show last week, but just to confirm, we got Matt, you got Wilder by KO, and Ezra, you got Chisora by decision.
Yes. Now, I want to say this right now, Matt. You are a master strategist. I've always given you that credit. Okay, I think you're Weasley at times, but I think you're a master strategist. And you getting me to commit this early to a fight, right? I think is very, very smart of you. I think it's very, very genius of you. But I'm not worried about this one.
Okay, and it's on wax. This is Ezra's official pick in the Rosebuds ice cream picks competition.
You should call it the Invitational because it sounds a little better.
I don't mind Rosebud ice cream pick, whatever the hell he calls it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we're workshopping. Hey, listen, like Rosebud, experiment with new flavors. We're also workshopping. Okay?
I'm glad you said new flavors.
I don't know what you thought I was going to say about my guy, the cream executive officer, Sam Rose. But we're talking about ice cream here.
Yep.
Man, we do have some questions from some of the listeners.
All right.
He who greased with fire?
Yes.
Bro, he who greased with fire, cool dude, man. I haven't seen his name in a long time. Salute to you, man.
Yeah,
he might not remember me, but I remember him. He wants to know Jermaine Ortiz and Josh Kelly
are getting stopped, or if both are hitting the canvas.
I think both are getting stopped, and both will see the canvas.
I think one will see the canvas. The one likely to see the canvas is Josh Kelly. We'll see.
Anyone else?
Uh,
I'm in a questions mood today.
You answered most of the questions as they came through.
Martin Wheelhouse wants to know: has Matt viewed? And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put his whole last name. Shit. He wants to know: has Matt viewed any more footage of Jacob Bank?
Don't Google it.
Now, why did you read that one?
I gotta tell you, and this is not a reflection upon me, but I did go back into the search one more time to see if the
What's
results
wrong
were
with you? What the hell is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you?
And I gotta say, the results were not different. The results were not different. The results were not different.
I gotta tell you, Wheelhouse, I've only heard that in The Simpsons. I did not know that was an actual real name.
Any chance Mr. Wilder likes? Of course, Wilder likes ice cream. Hey, listen, Rosebuds. If you could get ice cream to Wilder by tomorrow, I will take it to him personally. Now, it'll be half eaten, but
what are we doing here?
I will take it to him personally.
What are we doing, Matt?
I will take it to him personally.
What's your favorite ice cream, Matt?
Oh, Rosebud's ice cream. What do you mean?
Yeah, what flavor?
All right.
Any flavor he got.
All right.
What do you mean?
Well, Ezra, you posed the question first, so.
My favorite flavor of ice cream, or my favorite type of ice cream? I like
it's Rosebud ice cream.
What's that?
Rosebud ice cream.
When I can't get Rosebud ice cream, because that's always my go-to. I go with what are they called? The drumsticks, like the drumsticks with the peanuts on them.
Oh God!
The ice cream cone things.
Oh my God, so good.
Oh my God,
so good. You really like? I'll eat that bad boy. I'll be hanging from my beard.
I figured Ezra's something out between him explaining that and Thanksgiving. Ezra just likes to eat one thing. He wants he wants every part of the meal in one thing.
Yes, it should be. That's the way a meal should be. A meal should incarnate everything together. Like, okay, someone just asked you about Roscoe's, and like, yeah, I eat
What the fuck does incarnate mean?
I don't know. I think I made it up.
You did.
I think I made it up.
Wait, were you trying to say encompass?
Yeah, but doesn't it sound like it could be something?
I knew what he meant.
You know what I meant, right? So honestly, why isn't that a word? At that point, shouldn't someone be like, "Oh, I think that's a word"? Because what does it matter? How does any of these things come about? If it sounds like something, that's the problem. Is that when I say someone says something like that, right? They'd be like, "Oh, that's new slang." If I say it, it's like, "Oh, he's an idiot. He doesn't know words." That's what I don't understand.
Hey, you know what's funny, Ezra? You don't speak a lick of Spanish, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you speak English like someone whose Spanish is their first language. Yeah. And you didn't learn how to read English. You learned English from watching movies or hearing people speak.
This is true. This is 100% true. Now, I will say this. One time, my friend was like, "And don't worry." He was coming over to my house, and he was like, "I know where I speak Spanish." And I was like, "All right. Well, I don't know. Why would I worry about that?" He said, "Oh, I assume like your family only speaks Spanish." And I said, "No. What the hell are you talking about?" And he goes, "Well, why do you talk that way then?" That's what he said. Now, okay. So that's what he said.
Listen, if you like a lot of things in your ice cream all at once, you got to get the chocolata cookies from Rosebud Ice Cream.
Okay, that's perfect.
Chocolata cookies. It has the cookies in it with the chocolate chips in each bite. Okay. Also, one of my favorite flavors is strawberry tasty. You know, not strawberry. You know, because it's like endless amounts of strawberry, and I love real strawberries. And you got to understand something. Rosebud Ice Cream is a mom and pop shop, so they make real ice cream. Notice it's called Rosebud Ice Cream and not Rosebud Dairy Dessert because it's actually ice cream. So if you want to get the fancy ass vanilla, you go get that. You want the strawberry tasty, you go get that. You want the midnight mint with chunks of crushed organic Newman O's in it as the cookie, you go get that. All right. If you want the Kofifi, shout out to Donald Trump. You go get that. A nice little coffee ice cream. Like I said, chocolate cookies.
Shout out to Donald Trump.
Great. Hey, the moon. Well, because Donald Trump said Kofifi out of nowhere. Remember?
No.
You don't remember?
No.
Oh my
I remember
God.
a lot of Donald Trump.
Yeah, he tweeted out Kofifi, And it was just a random tweet that he made by accident, and then he tried to play it off like Kofifi meant like something, like a code word or something.
Is it like when I just said the word wrong and I was like, you know what I meant, though, right?
Yeah.
But you get so Donald Trump gets that, right? Because they probably made that slang in the magazine.
You have a lot in common with Donald Trump. Now, also, you got to get the Moonlight Daydream. It's a Colorado take on a Midwest classic. It's like hints of Fruity Pebbles with lemon raspberry accents and a nutmeg profile. It's
So when
delicious.
you guys eat food, you guys eat one part of it at a time? No, right? You put it all together, right?
It depends.
No.
And
What are you talking
last
about?
but not least, because I'm black and because I'm a big sexy motherfucker, you got to get the Mighty Fine chocolate. Eating the Mighty Fine chocolate is like tasting me, ladies.
Whoa. Hey, yo.
Goodness gracious. I think he just
Come on, man.
down Rosebud ice cream. I think that the Rosebud ice cream just crumbled. No one is going to eat that chocolate after hearing that. That's not what it tastes like at all. People at home, it doesn't taste like that at all. Goodness gracious.
Shout out to my guy, Sam Rose, though.
That was a good read.
That was a good read. You did very good. Very, very good. I just find it stunning you guys don't eat all your food together. But I was talking about, like, if someone brought up Roscoe's and I eat the chicken, I literally eat it with the waffle and the syrup, like all together. Like,
well, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to do with all food.
I don't think
You
that's what
can't
you're
put
supposed
something
to do
on a
with all
plate that
food.
doesn't go together.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
If you're eating steak and potatoes, you're eating the steak and potatoes all in one bite?
Yeah, try to mix it all together. I get all
you're
the
bugging.
potatoes with the steak juice and everything like that. Like I want it all together.
So if you get a burger and fries, you're taking your burger apart, you're putting some of the fries on the bun and then eating it?
Yeah. When you put the with
Jesus
In-N-Out,
Christ, Ezra.
you get animal style, and then you put the fries in between it. When I eat a sandwich, I get Doritos and smashed Doritos in the sandwich.
Hey, you remind me of those idiots in junior high school, elementary school that used to mash up all their food on the plate and eat.
You know what I don't like?
Ezra did mash up all his food on the plate in high school.
Yeah, I did done it from high school to now. Now I don't like is that when you said you remind me of an idiot, and then you also went with junior high and then elementary school. So it wasn't just an idiot. It wasn't even a high school idiot. It was a middle school idiot or an elementary idiot.
Well, because here's the thing. I would have hoped that you would have grown out of that by high school, but apparently I was wrong about you.
This is the problem. People always like, oh, you got to grow out of that. And that's ridiculous, right? Like, no, that tastes good then. It tastes good now, right? They just had, what's his name? Ryan Coogler, right? And he was like, oh, I don't really drink sodas. But when they started to allow you to start mixing them, where you could mix all the sodas like a fountain drink, he's like, I got involved then. Yeah, he's right. I'm sorry. Coca-Cola tastes better with the lemonade. It does. You mix them together. It's fantastic. 7-Up, they call it the 7-Up with lemonade. That's what In-N-Out does. The peak lemonade. That's freaking amazing.
I just don't think everything has to be combined. You're right about some things. Some things do. Like the chicken and waffles thing, spot on there.
Well, okay, let me tell you great inventions that come combined.
But Thanksgiving doesn't need to be in a sandwich. That's my opinion.
It should only come in sandwich form. Now, another great thing combined, a burrito. And someone said, why am I eating this separately? Let's just wrap this some gun together.
That's a good one, actually.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, we got to get back on track.
You know what? Ezra just drove the show to the end. What we got coming up for the people? You know what? Fuck this week. We're back tonight. We are back tonight.
Let's go.
We are back tonight.
Like, comment, share, subscribe, so that way you can join us again here and on here or on Twitter. Maybe on here. Definitely on Twitter.
We didn't talk Zuffa boxing. There's a Zuffa boxing card tomorrow, and it's a decent card. Please, people, I understand people want to take stances on. I get it. I get all those stances. I'm with you on it. But it's here. Watch that card. I'm just curious what you people think. I'm curious what people think about this. Please watch this card. I want to know what people think. It's a good card tomorrow.
Who's headlining that card, Ezra? Did you say it? I missed it.
Ryle is fighting. What's his last? I think it's I want to say Perez. I think Perez. He's
Diego Torres.
Torres, my bad. Torres is not a bad
card.
fighter.
Is so good that Ezra doesn't know who's fighting.
I know. Torres fought Morataya. He lost to Morataya, but he is a good fighter. He's a capable fighter.
That co-main's interesting.
The co-main, Butayev versus Bocha. Very good co-main. You also have Gasayev versus Hot Rod. Another interesting fight. Look at those guys are past it. I get not being too pumped about that fight. Butchev versus Bochek's gonna be a good fight. I think Butchev's gonna win that fight. I don't think Bochek's looked too impressive the last 2 performances, maybe even 3. Like I said, the way Ryo fights is gonna benefit Torres in a way. Ryo's the more talented fighter. He's the to me better power, but Torres can pop and he does know what he's doing in the ring. Watch the prelims though, because the prelims they've been pretty interesting. The way they're matching it up, like you'll see a 5-0 guy versus like a 6-0 guy. You'll see that, and they'll be good competitive fights. So just watch it. I'm just curious what people think.
I got a comment from outside of the stream. Ezra looks like a psycho right now. All you need is the Mankind mask.
And you know what? That's not a bad comparison. That's not a bad comparison.
You know what it is? It's the rocket back and forth. That's what it is.
Well, listen, when I come on this show, see, a lot of people want to play it cool. Not me. I just want to give everybody everything I got.
The question is, what was in that cup?
It wasn't even coffee. This was what you call a medicine ball. That you go to Starbucks. I'll put you guys on some game right now. You go to Starbucks. You say, "Let me get a venti medicine ball." This is the best tea you'll ever have in your life. This thing is delicious. So I'm trying to go to Starbucks. Get my throat. I woke up. My throat's a little sore. Let's not make any crude jokes about that. That's just a common sickness that people get. And then I woke up and I said, I'm gonna get a medicine ball. Got a medicine ball. It was to start off the show a little rough. I had to work my way through it, like working some rounds, and I got on there. Now Mitch keeps saying, "Oh, hamster on caffeine, hamster on caffeine." Said it 3 times. Joke didn't work not once, but okay, hamster on caffeine. We finally got it on the show. Congratulations, Mitch. We finally pointed you out. You're like a heckler during a comedian's thing. Okay, you finally got your attention. Now settle down.
Matt, what do you got for the people? What do you got for the people outside of the post show?
First of all, the least surprising development of the day is that Ezra woke up with a sore throat.
Come on.
Listen, I'll leave that to the people. Okay.
We're above that type of humor. I'll tell you that right now. We are above that.
Ezra, you need to go back and look at some of the episodes of the show. We're not.
We should be above that.
Yeah,
right now,
I'm not.
We're established. We are an established show, and we're still taking the low fruit, huh?
Yeah, fruit. Now, first of all, I see Rosebud's missed his read. Shout out to you, man. Hey, listen, shoot me some ice cream, or hit the Venmo, something like that. You're gonna be the official sponsor of Brunch Boxing. But besides that, we are gonna be back tonight with the post-fight edition of Brunch Boxing, because this Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez fight is too major not to have a post-fight. And I'm sure Ezra is going to be scoring round by round of all the great fights of the day. Okay, if you want a round by round of Josh Kelly versus Bakar Murtazaliev, Ezra has you covered. If you want a round by round of Xander Zayas versus Abbas Barao, as long as it doesn't conflict with the other card.
Well, hold on. Let's be clear about this. The UK cards, Ezra's not going to give you a reliable scorecard. He's going to be watching the Royal Rumble.
No,
we had this happen last year.
To be fair, that's a great point, Huey. Great point. Now, another thing I want to point out, since this fight is on Tubi, right? Oh, did we point it out? I don't know if we pointed that out, but the Mortal fight is
free on Tubi, Roku, and other platforms.
It's not Tubi. It's on Top Rank Classics, which is available on Tubi, and Roku is on different platforms.
Now, to me, couldn't they have just common sense stepped in and said, listen, we're going to put this on this anyways. Can we just live stream this into the pay-per-view card as the co-main event?
What? No, why would you put it behind a paywall?
Because no matter what, the fight that's going to have the most attention today is the Shakur fight. And you're not even going to get any money for this as far as like the viewing of it, right? So might as well just put it on.
They are getting money for it.
They get money
for a deal.
Whatever. But what I'm saying is, why not just put it on there and make it easy for the fans so they can watch it together?
This has been another edition of Brunch Boxing. He is our host, EzRaw Boxing. He is our super producer, Huey P.
Is this thing on?
He is the COO of Brunch Boxing. Mexican out here, Mike. I am Matt. We are Brunch Boxing. Ezra's an idiot, and we are out.